Have you ever wondered why, as we grow older, the scent of our body changes? Some people call it old people smell. But is it really unavoidable? Or could it be prevented with the right habits? Stay with me because in the next few minutes, we'll explore the surprising science behind body odor in seniors and how, just by paying attention to a few often ignored parts of the body, you can stay fresh, confident, and healthy, no matter your age. And here's a challenge for you. As you listen, choose the body area that surprises you the most and type it in the comments. If you agree with point number 3 when we get there, write the number 3 below. I want to see how many of you share that same experience. Let's begin with a story. Chapter 1. A Walk in the Garden. Eleanor was 72 years old, a retired teacher who loved tending her garden. One sunny morning, she invited her old friend Margaret to join her. As they bent down to plant tomatoes, Eleanor noticed Margaret shifting uncomfortably. Later, Margaret admitted in a soft voice, "Ellie, lately I feel like my body has a smell I can't get rid of. No matter how often I shower, it seems to come back. I feel embarrassed to even sit close to people." Eleanor smiled gently. "You're not alone, Maggie. It happens to many of us. But there are reasons behind it and ways to fix it. I learned this from my own doctor." That conversation changed Margaret's life, and today it may change yours. Chapter 2. Why does body odor change with age? The body ages, chemistry changes. Skin produces a compound called 2-nonenal, which has a musty, slightly greasy smell. It comes from the oxidation of fatty acids in the skin. This doesn't happen as strongly in younger people, but after 60, it becomes more common. Other factors play a role too. Slower cell turnover makes dead skin build up. Reduced sweating in some glands, but increased sweating in others. Medications that dry the mouth or change digestion. Less frequent movement, leading to trapped moisture. But here's the good news. Most of this odor does not come from the whole body. It often comes from a few specific areas that are easy to overlook. Clean those well, and the problem almost disappears. Chapter 3. Area number 1. Behind the ears. Margaret was shocked when Eleanor told her this. Behind the ears? Really? Yes. This area has folds where sweat, skin oil, and shampoo residue can collect. Many people rinse their hair but forget to scrub behind the ears. Over time, bacteria thrive there, creating odor that spreads when you sweat or wear glasses. Tip: each shower, gently wash behind the ears with mild soap and warm water. Dry thoroughly. It's simple but powerful. Chapter 4. Area number 2. Under the breasts and chest folds. For women, and even some men with more chest tissue, folds under the breasts can trap moisture. This warm, dark environment becomes a perfect place for yeast and bacteria. The result? A sour smell and sometimes itchy rashes. Tip: wash under the folds daily. Pat dry, and if needed, use a light dusting of unscented powder or a breathable cotton cloth to absorb moisture. Chapter 5. Area number 3. The belly button. Eleanor leaned closer and whispered to Margaret, "Maggie, when was the last time you really cleaned your belly button?" They both laughed, but the truth is, belly buttons can hold swit, oil, and lint. Left unwashed, they become a hidden source of odor. Tip: once or twice a week, gently clean the belly button with a damp cotton swab and mild soap. Rinse and dry. You don't need to scrub hard, but don't ignore it either. If you agree that this third area is one of the most overlooked, type the number 3 in the comments. I want to see how many of you had the same reaction as Margaret. Chapter 6. Area number 4. Under the arms. Of course, the classic spot, the armpits. But here's what's surprising. As we age, deodorant alone isn't enough. Why? Because odor here is caused by sweat mixing with bacteria, not the sweat itself. Tip:
Wash with antibacterial soap, shave or trim excess hair, and change clothes regularly. Natural fabrics like cotton breathe better than synthetics. Deodorant can help, but cleanliness is the foundation. Chapter 7. The area number 5. The groin and private areas. Eleanor hesitated when Margaret mentioned this one. It's sensitive. But odors here are common with age due to hormonal changes, urinary leakage, or simply trapped sweat. Tip: daily gentle washing with warm water is key. Avoid harsh soaps that dry or irritate. For men, clean under the folds of skin carefully. For women, avoid douching, but keep the outer area clean and dry. Fresh underwear daily makes a big difference. Chapter 8. Area number 6. The feet. George, Margaret's husband, often kicked off his shoes in the living room. That's when Eleanor noticed the truth. Senior feet can carry strong odors. As circulation slows with age, toenails thicken and fungal infections become more common. Tip: wash feet daily, dry between the toes, trim nails regularly, and wear socks that breathe. If shoes trap sweat, rotate them so they can air out. A little foot powder can also help. Chapter 9. Beyond cleaning, lifestyle matters. Eleanor explained that odor isn't just about washing. Lifestyle habits also play a role. 1. Hydration. Drinking enough water flushes toxins and keeps sweat less concentrated. 2. Nutrition. Garlic, onions, and spicy foods can change body scent. Balance them with greens and fresh fruits. 3. Clothing. Loose, breathable fabrics let the skin stay dry. 4. Exercise. Gentle activity improves circulation, helping skin release waste naturally. 5. Mental health. Stress hormones can change body odor. Relaxation, laughter, and sleep all reduce this effect. Eleanor listened carefully. So it's not just about soap, it's about how I live my life. Exactly, Eleanor said with a smile. Chapter 10. The emotional side of odor. Odor can affect more than the body. It can touch the heart. Many seniors, embarrassed by smell, withdraw from family or avoid social events. But that isolation only harms health further. Margaret admitted, "I used to skip church because I was afraid people would notice. I felt invisible, but also ashamed." Eleanor reassured her, "Once you understand what causes it and how to control it, you can step back into the world with confidence. Nobody should lose friendships over something so simple to fix." Chapter 11. The small daily routine. Here's the routine Eleanor shared with Margaret, and later with her grandchildren who were curious about staying fresh as they aged. Quick shower each day with special focus on hidden folds. Wash hair and behind the ears at least every other day. Change underwear and socks daily. Rotate shoes to let them breathe. Drink a glass of water with every meal. Keep a small towel nearby to pat areas dry when sweating. It takes no more than 10 minutes, but the difference is enormous. Chapter 12. A return to joy. Weeks later, Margaret returned to the garden smiling brighter than ever. "You were right, Ellie. I cleaned the spots you mentioned, and I feel like myself again. My daughter even hugged me tight yesterday and said, 'Mom, you smell fresh, like you just came from the garden.' I almost cried." Eleanor squeezed her hand. That's the beauty of caring for ourselves. It's not vanity, it's dignity, and it keeps us connected to the people we love. Call to action. Now it's your turn. Which of these 6 areas surprised you the most? Was it behind the ears, under the chest folds, the belly button, the armpits, the private areas, or the feet? Pick the one that felt most eye-opening and write it in the comments below. And remember, if you agree with number 3, the belly button, type the number 3 in the comments. Let's see how many of you had the same reaction as Margaret. If you found this story helpful, hit the like button and subscribe, because every week we bring new stories and practical tips about healthy aging, staying strong, and living fully at every stage of life. After all, growing older is not about fading away. It's about shining in new ways with health, confidence, and joy.